Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
When I grab the cup of before, come right there. All right, we ready? Come on. All right. Get the one. State your name, rank, and register.
Trooper Kamash, Banyasha Alaban Yahweh.
Trooper Kamash, Banyasha.
Yahbashimam Sabrakata.
Yahbashimam Sabrakata.
La Yasha Allah.
We're gonna go ahead and face east, and we're gonna do the prayers. Okay. In Hebrew and in English.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Malachwaka. Taba'ah. Ratazakah. Hayah. Aisha. Baharatazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan. Lanawa. Lakam. Call you one. What's the lockman hour? Kabawafna hour. Kasalakman hour. Kabawafna hour. Wala'a. Taba Yahanau. Benaya Sawan. Abal. Hawashai now. Mayan. Rad. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wa'ala. Wahal Tapara. Lawalum. Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom.
Come.
Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Babakashah. Nathan. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Kalamalak.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala,
Kalmakala.
Wakala Madawa,
Wakala.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Latar,
Latar.
Hamatazarium,
Hamatzarayim.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Lahakmium,
Lahakwim.
Hamatium,
Hamathium.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Arakawas,
Arakawath.
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala.
Larakashan,
Lagarashana.
Bashim,
Bashem.
Yahushai, the
Yahushai.
water,
The water.
Amen.
Aman.
Yahweh in the name Yahweh.
No, say power in English.
This is the power in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh,
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name.
In the name
of Yahweh.
of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalm 121.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha,
Aisha.
Ayanya,
Ayanya.
Al-Harayim,
Al-Harayim.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Yabah,
Yabah.
Izarah,
Isaiah.
Azariah,
Isaiah.
Ma'am,
Ma'an.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Asha,
Aisha.
Shemayim,
Shemayim.
Waharatazah,
Waharatazah.
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat,
Lamawat.
Regalka,
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawan.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Hana,
Hana.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yanawam,
Yanawam.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Yayashan,
Yayashan.
Shawamar,
Shawamar.
Yasharala,
Yasharala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazar,
Tazar.
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad.
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka.
Yawamam,
Yawaman.
Hashemash,
Hashemash.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yaka'ah,
Yaka'ah.
Yakaka.
Wayarak,
Wayarak.
Bala Yaliyah,
Balayala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka.
Makarah,
Makarah.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Tazarka,
Tazaka.
Wabawaka,
Wabawaka.
Mayatha,
Mayatha.
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam. Say Psalms 121 in English.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He would not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth Israel
He that keepeth Israel
will not slumber.
shall not be slumbered.
He will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall not slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy
Yahweh is
keeper.
thy keeper.
Israel shall not slumber nor sleep.
No. Go back there.
Oh, slack it.
Yahweh is thy shade. Yahweh is thy shade.
Okay, kind of slack. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy going and thy coming in.
and
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Through the blessings.
Go good. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim.
Al-Damaka, Al-Damak, Shalaki.
Yes,
Shut
the
up.
blessings. The blessings.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Oh, there you go. I got it, sir. Shalaki. I got it. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barak,
Barak.
Atah,
Atah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai,
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Miyaka,
Wama Yahweh.
Why Halahayim,
Why
Matazabaya,
Matazabaya.
Alawak,
Alawak.
Yahanu,
Yahanu.
how Al-Wapayim,
Wa Alawapim.
Wa Alawapim.
Hasaranyanu.
Hasaranyanu.
Hakwatazayanu.
Hakwatazanyanu.
Hakiyayanu.
Hakakayoyum.
Hakakayam.
Wa Aquathium.
Wa Aquathium.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen.
The blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yohanan.
Commander General Yohanan.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh in the name of
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it.
Thank you. So be it.
Now we do Psalms 83.
Come on. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Aldemaya.
Aldemaya.
Aldemayalaka.
Aldemaya.
Aldekarash.
Alta Karash.
Wa Altashakwat.
Wa Alta Shakwat.
All.
All.
Kayana.
Kayahana.
Awayab Yaka.
Awayayaka.
Yama Yawan.
Yamayawan.
Wa Mashayan Yaka.
Wamashanayaka.
Nashiah.
Nashawa.
Nashiawa. Shalashi.
Nashawa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
Alamaka.
Ya'ariyamwa.
Yahweh.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Wayata Atazo. Wa.
Wayata
Wayata
Tazawa.
Tazapan wa Yaka.
Tazapanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
One Wanai Kayayim.
Why would not?
Wanai Kayayim.
Wanakagaka.
Magaiwa.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharalu.
Shem Yasharala.
Awad.
Iwad.
Kayanatazu. Kayad.
Kaya.
Na we itaza. Wa.
Nawaya Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakad.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa. Al Yaka.
Ilyaka.
Bariath.
Baryath.
Yakarath.
Yakarathwa.
Al Yai.
Aholia.
Aholia. Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashama Ayalam.
Wayashamayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagarayam.
Wahagarim.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Why Amawan.
Wayamawan.
Why Amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashath.
Palashath.
Am Yeshabur.
Am Yeshabwa.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
I'm Hayawa.
Amam Hayawa.
Amam Hayawa.
Amam Hayawa.
Zawad.
Zarawad.
Labanya. Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasa Yashara.
Kasa Yasara.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Kwayashawan.
Kwayashawan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan.
Bayanda.
Dahara.
Dahara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nadayabwa.
Nadayabwa.
Mawa. Kara.
Kara.
Wakazabah.
Wakazabah.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakatazamanad.
Wakata Zamanai.
Call Nayasakam.
Called Nasaya Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Naya Rasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Athab.
Athab.
Na'awath.
Na'awath.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatam.
Shayathamwa.
Kagagala.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Rakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabaira.
Tabaira.
Yaira.
Yaira.
Wakalaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Aryam.
Aryam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tarapadma.
Tarapadma.
Bastarika.
Basarika.
Wabastawapta.
Wabasawaptaka.
Tabalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaha,
Kualawan,
Kualawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Adia Ad,
Adyahad,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakabarwa,
Wayabawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Alawan,
Alayawan,
Al Kaharatazar.
Al-Kaharatazah.
Come. It's Psalms 8:3 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy
They
hidden.
have said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be in no more remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with 1%.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab and the Hagarenes,
of Moab and the Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gebal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur has also joined with them.
Assur has also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the
As
Midianites.
to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kishon.
At the brook of Kishon.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Orel.
Make their nobles like Orel.
And like Z.
And like Zed.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zeba.
All their princes as Zeba.
And as Zalmona.
And as Zalmona.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire that burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name, O Yahweh.
That they may seek thy name, O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And trouble forever.
And trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame. And perish.
That the man, Slacky, that men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Let's get it. Come on, show me. I got it. One side. Yeah, sit up one down. There you go. Come down. All right then. Y'all give it up for Precinct Officer Nagabah Gabar. Doing a hell of a job with the Hebrew. And give it up for Trooper Kamash. First time we had him over here doing the Sabbath service. And it won't be the last.
Yeah, right.
But we're gonna go ahead and pick up from where we left off last week. We were doing, we just completed Exodus, the 21st chapter. So now we're gonna get Exodus 22.
Come.
Basically, we still laying down the laws of the Most High is, making His righteous kingdom truly righteous.
Yeah, right.
First time we had him over here doing the Sabbath service. And it won't be the last. But we're gonna go ahead and pick up from where we left off last week. We were doing, we just completed Exodus, the 21st chapter. So now we're gonna get Exodus 22. Basically, we still laying down the laws of the Most High is, making His righteous kingdom truly righteous. got it? All right. I'll continue having Nakaba Gabar, Officer Nakaba Gabar still in the Hebrew, and Trooper Kamashi English. And then I will just go where the Spirit takes me. Exodus 22, and we'll do first verse.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Ama, Bama Katabah, Yamatazad, Yamatazad. Hada Naba. Why? Waha Wahaha Yamata Ahad Ayana Lawa Damaya Ma.
First verse.
Come. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 1. If a man steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep.
Read that again.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep.
You got to keep in mind the time we were in back then. Your ox, your sheep, your cattle, whatever, that was your currency.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was as good, maybe even better than money. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind, with a cow, not only do you have beef, you have milk.
Right.
If you have goat, it's better milk, actually. Chickens, I mean, you got the chicken itself. You know, Jake liked chicken even back then, Leviticus 2 and 7. You got eggs. So, you know, the beast you had in your home, in your backyard, was good as currency. So this law is actually such a righteous law because it maintains justice. You can't just take an ox or a sheep from your brother, your neighbor, and cook it for yourself or sell the wool or anything from the sheep or anything like that and expect that to be a righteous thing. You know, you got to go to law and counsel over that. And at the end of that law or that counsel, you're going to have to get that brother 4 or 5 times of what you sold. You know what I'm saying? And these are one of the laws we had to keep you from stealing. Because if somebody, you know, people know their animals, they know whether you've been back there stealing a beast or whatever, right?
Right.
So you go to counsel with that man, and it costs you 4 or 5 more of those. That's gonna make you keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, we could do that today. You break into somebody's house and steal their goods, you got to pay them 4 or 5 times more than that. Can you handle that?
Right.
Otherwise, we'll put you to death. You can run if you like, only we know where you're at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you tried to get out the state, you know, with GPS these days, the show can find you.
Right.
So the law wasn't put here for punishment. It was put here for the sake of nationhood, for brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep you from stealing your neighbor's goods, which that goes back to the commandments. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, right?
Come.
All right, let's get verse 2.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 2 in the Hebrew. Amah, Sarahaya, Sarakaya, Hashamasha, Alayawa. That's it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
Okay. He found breaking up and be smitten that he died. There shall be no blood be shed of him. Get the first third verse.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 3 in the Hebrew. Amah, Hamataza, Tamataza, Bahadawa. That's it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 3. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. But he shall make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
How about that?
Good night.
Y'all think about that. Think about the last time. Before y'all came to this truth, I'm pretty sure all y'all stole something.
Yeah,
Pretty sure of it. I mean, y'all only been angels since y'all been in the UPK. Let's just keep it real, right? And that includes me. Yeah, I used to, when I was what? How old was I? I think I was about 9 or 10 years old. I used to go to the to Bob's Market and steal pint, the little 1 pint ice cream.
Yeah.
I used to make that a weekly thing for about a month, matter of fact. But all I'm doing by bringing it out is none of us came into this truth with halos on, right?
Right.
Come.
Imagine you stealing from somebody, and as punishment, if you're unable to give that back to them or pay some kind of restitution, you would be the restitution.
Done for.
Think about this shit for a minute. I bet you a lot of y'all would keep y'all hands off of other people's stuff if you knew slavery was going to follow that.
Right.
Servitude. Yeah. I'm willing to bet all of you would. Think about the most valuable thing you did steal. And I ain't got to ask, y'all know what you did. You know? Think about that, even if it was somebody else's girl.
Right.
Think about having to give yourself up for that. That's nasty work right there, isn't it?
That ain't a good look.
I can see Gadal Ahmad about to faint on that one, ain't you? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the next verse. Where are we in? Verse 4?
Verse 4. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 4 in the Hebrew. Sayah, Yaba'ira, Ayasha, Shadaha, Awa, Damayama, Lawa, Shalom, Yashamalu, Amah, Ayana, Lawa, Wanamai Sarah, Badana, Ba Shwa. That's it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 4. If the thief be certainly found, if the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be an ox or an ass or a sheep, he shall restore double.
All right, so you're alive and you're found with it. That means you're gonna have to. Your restitution is giving double what you stole. But going back to the previous verse, you stole something you can't make restitution for. Then you the restitution.
Like you, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
That's writing a check your butt can't cash.
I'm saying. There you go.
9 times out of 10, you're stealing and you couldn't afford it anyway. You don't have it.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. And the whole thing is designed for you to keep your hands off of it, man.
Right.
It don't belong to you. Understand? Now, they say all the time. How many times us has been in this a while? How many times have you heard the gainsayers, usually the Christians, or the atheists, or the conscious community, saying we're ridiculous for holding on to a 1,000-some-year-old book? Y'all heard? How many times have y'all heard that?
Oh God.
It's because of this more than 1,000-year-old book, and not knowing it and not knowing who we are is why we're in such bad shape.
Right.
I'm talking about blacks and Hispanics all over the world. Because we don't know who we are, and because we don't know who this book is talking to, we don't realize that these laws could keep us righteous even to this day.
Right.
I'm not a thief anyway, but I was one. I'm not gonna sit up here and steal from my brother if I know it's gonna cost me double, which as the ox said, I don't have if I'm over stealing.
Right.
Or if I'm caught and can't pay restitution, now I'm his slave.
Right.
And we went over the servitude laws last week. In other words, I would basically be a slave for at least 7 years.
Good night.
I can't do nothing without his permission. I have to do everything that he said. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So like you, sir,
Go ahead.
That'll make you think twice about what you're doing.
I'm saying, and they say we can't apply this Bible today. That's what I get tired. I get tired of that whole argument that we can't go by this today.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
This right here would make us righteous. I wouldn't dare steal from Gadala Ahmad or Zakarwan if I know I ain't got the restitution to make for it, and I sure as hell don't feel like working for them for free for 6 or 7 years.
All right.
Right.
Hands off. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, man.
Right.
All right, we're in verse 5 now, right?
Come on, good.
Go for it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 5 in the Hebrew. Sayah. Hadayaba. Masawara. Aida. Hamayamra. Aida. Shah. Kayayam. Shanayam. Yasalam. That's it.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 5. If a man shall cause a field or a vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field of the beast of his own field.
Say that again.
Slack.
Of
the beast of his own field.
Not the best.
Oh, come. Slack. Of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution.
Okay, so whatever you got that's most valuable, that's how you're gonna make your restitution.
Right.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine that car you love, but because you stole it from because you stole something from your neighbor, you ain't got nothing else of value but that car.
Good night.
It's either that or 6 or 7 years of servitude.
Get that car up, dog.
You know what I'm saying? That car gone. You can have your boy rolling around in the Jag that you purchased and probably still paying for.
Right. So like you say, if I may, these laws show like real brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's only right to give that brother back what you stole from him or what you took from him to make him whole.
And if our brothers and sisters watching, you gotta understand, cattle and vineyards, vineyards and everything, that was valuable back then, man.
Right.
You didn't just give your vineyard or your cattle away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
That was how you got your wine. That's how you got your first fruits. That's how you got your meals. In the case of the sheep, you can not only get meals, but hell, you got garments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cut the wool, make you a nice little comfortable garment.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. The Lord supplied us with so much, y'all.
Right.
You got to have an appreciation for the time. And I do, man. I probably was alive back then because, everything is reincarnated. Everybody in this room has been here at least 40 or 50 times now.
Right.
You just don't know it. According to the scriptures, you're not going to know anything about your former life. But
Come.
I would love to live in that situation now.
Right.
Where I've got land, I've got house, I've got cattle. You had all that. The Lord gave you everything you needed.
Salaki, sir.
Go for it.
If I may, and all separated from these crackers,
Man, let me tell you. I'll never know what was in the heart of our people wanting to be around all these other nations.
Right.
When we had so much. When y'all get a chance, y'all that's in here, you brothers that are in here, go and look at what Jerusalem looked like before Roman occupation.
Beautiful.
The whole city was walled off. The Lord was literally protecting his seriously.
Right.
Because he literally cut Israel off from the rest of the world. Yeah, you had Israelites who left, but they always knew where home was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we had the ultimate protection.
Right.
But we wanted to be a part of everyone else so damn bad that we actually showed the Romans the way into the damn place when you read the Josephus.
Right. Back door.
We actually showed them how to get into the walled off city, and we have been a doomed people ever since. Even when we were running the Byzantine, which was all good, it wasn't home.
Right.
Y'all understand?
Come.
Y'all as Israelites, you blacks and Hispanics watching, you weren't home. You're not home here. This ain't home. Scriptures wouldn't be telling you, arise ye and depart, because this is not your rest, if it wasn't true.
Right.
I tell you what, one thing we know, living in this time, we know what it means to be separate. If you're not trying to separate yourself from this world, I really don't know what you blacks and Hispanics are doing. I really don't. I got a hard time understanding you if you don't understand separate. I mean, I understand if you live next to these other nations or you work with them, that's one thing. You got to do what you got to do.
Right.
But you have got to spiritually and in your mind quit reaching out to them, man.
Right.
It has never, look at history. It has never benefited us any. It has not helped blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans being a part of everybody.
Right.
Look where we at. A lot of you so-called Negroes watching and getting ready to lose your jobs and careers you worked so hard for and went to school for so long for, that's getting ready to be over with.
Diminish.
Before this year is up, a lot of them brothers and sisters are going to be out.
Right.
They're going to be asked out and having to make money on their own. Our Hispanic brothers being deported, being kept in cages at the border.
Right.
I bet you they appreciate where they were now. I bet you they do.
Right.
Quit looking at America as if it's some kind of goddamn utopia.
Right.
When it never was meant to be that for black and brown people. It never was.
Right.
This supposed to be our prison.
Right. It is. It is.
And that ain't changed. It's still our prison.
Right.
Our Native American brothers, all this was theirs once, and now it is a total shithole.
Right.
nothing close to what it was when they were here and running the place. Now they still here, but got the worst of the damn land. They can't cultivate a damn thing.
Right. So like it, sir. Me,
this is our prison.
Right.
North America, Central America, South America, the damn Caribbean islands. This is our prison, y'all.
Right.
Y'all understand that? Okay. Who had something? Go ahead, bro.
Sir, it's like you said, the land ain't cultivated, so they making artificial foods, causing all type of cancers towards us, or in the water is so polluted, like you can't even drink out of a faucet, man. It's crazy right now.
And what kills me is our people that go to the church think this is the Lord's kingdom.
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me?
True.
You can't get decent food here. Like as the ox said, you can't hardly drink the water no more.
Right.
It's sodomites everywhere. This is hell, man. Crack corners, rapid unemployment. Police can kill our people at one-timely at will.
All right.
This ain't no freaking utopia.
Right.
I wish our people get out of their damn mind state. This ain't Christ's kingdom at all. None of this is of the Lord. Go ahead.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Being in my slavery, right? Like with other co-workers and whatnot, like what I see is how our people feel like some type of sense of entitlement at the workplace. Like if they actually have a position there, and some sort of right to to be, say, the supervisor or something, and at my employment, they were bought out and they began to fire a whole bunch of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we have this sense of entitlement, that we have some kind of place in this kingdom.
Right.
But what I've come to understand, I'm there as a slave. I hear people calling it a slave now that I'm understanding the truth.
Right.
We a slave in there. We don't have no sense of entitlement there for anything,
If I can share,
That's right.
I never like putting my brothers on blast, but Gadala Ahmad here works construction, is that right?
Kind of concept.
Okay. In their minds, construction workers are the most expendable because they don't even have 401k, a lot of them. And when they unionize, they'll simply get rid of them.
Right.
So that sense of entitlement, that the brother was talking about, that some of our people got, they're gonna come to the light real soon and understand where the hell we at.
Right.
But it's a reason that scripture says, "Arise ye and depart. This is not your rest."
Right.
This is not our kingdom, y'all.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, understand this is not your kingdom.
Right.
Our kingdom is the kingdom come. When the Christ returns, that's gonna be our kingdom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna be the beginning.
Right.
But this kingdom here has to fall first. And fortunately, it is.
Right.
Slowly but surely, us in the truth can see it. We can see it happen. This land, just in my lifetime, has decayed so far morally.
All right.
And on top of that, the country is trillions of dollars in debt. Jobs are disappearing. And just as the scripture prophesied, they're turning, even so-called white men turning against one another. This last presidential election saw a lot of them at odds. Forget us.
Right.
A lot of so-called white people were at odds more so than I've seen in any previous election. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are so-called white people in America that cannot stand anything about Donald Trump.
Right.
All right.
And there was other so-called white people who couldn't stand his opponent. They were just as against his opponent. Now, normally the way it goes in this country, when one side wins, even the side that was against them kind of complies and kind of goes along to get along, just get on the program and get, and lobby for what it is they want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trump has gotten so much resistance from other so-called white people.
it's almost historic.
So like, yeah, like even, if I may, even like the situation with them storming the Capitol was like the first time that's ever happened. That was a big deal as far as like white on white against each other.
Right.
Let me tell you something, Mike. That ain't gonna be the last time you see something like that. Not at all. And the only reason I sit and watch the news now is I'm waiting to hear more of that. Y'all gonna learn. Shotty Holla is kind of sticky. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even with the Holy Spirit on me. I ain't all the way right. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up there because I spend too much time watching old horror movies and old sci-fi flicks, and I keep wanting to turn on Pluto TV because they got all the news stations and everything. You see it, the CNN, Fox, anything you're looking for, and I'm looking to see more uprising because it's prophesied, number one. And number two, like you were mentioning with the storming of Capitol Hill, I really enjoyed that. I remember Commander Juliana had a ball on that, on Black Watch that day. I'm waiting for more of that.
Right.
I want to see this empire eat itself alive because according to prophecy, it's going to be at war with the other nations, even some of its allies.
Right.
And they're going to be at war with one another. We're already seeing the moral decay of this country. That's gone. It was never really here to begin with, but it's totally gone.
Right.
They mad at Trump for going back to saying it's just two genders.
Right.
Right.
Which he's correct, but a whole lot of our people, not our people mainly, but mainly so-called white people got a problem with that. Even though it ain't but two genders. There's male and female, just like the scripture says in 1 Corinthians 11.
Right.
Right.
It's male and female. I think it also says that in Mark 10. But they got a problem with that. And this whole country is constantly at one another in social media and just in life. And me, I enjoy it.
Right.
I want to see more of it. I want to see more so-called white people getting angry at other so-called white people. I want to see America at war with its allies even more. And the more we can get them all destroying one another, we know that the kingdom is at hand.
Right.
That's why the scriptures say, repent ye, and because the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right.
And that's what we all need to be doing here. No more effing around, man.
That's right.
Get into the spirit of this word and stay in it.
Right.
Let's get back to work. Verse 6.
Come, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 6 in the Hebrew.
Salakia, y'all know I'm on one when I start drinking this wine. A little too much, but y'all go ahead.
Sayah, Yathan, Ayash, Allah, Ra'ihwa. Kwasaba. Kwasaba. Awa. Kwalayam. Lashamara. Why would Wadana Mabayash Ha'aywa Amar Tatazar Asha Wamataza Quatazayon Wana Salah. Badam Bada Nyamsha. Awa. Hakoma. Awa. Hashadar. Shalom. Yashalam. Hama da ra. Asha. Korban. Washalak. Ata. Ba'ahara. Ba'ahara. Waba'ira. Basadar. Akra. Mayata. Shada Hawa. Shadawa. Wamahata. Kurama. Yashalom. That's it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 6 in the English. If a fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindleth the fire shall surely make restitution.
Well, it ain't even a question. You burn up somebody's cornfield and destroy it to the point to where they can't use that corn because, you know, they can't make that corn in a dinner. You can't turn the corn into beer because they did have that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they use fermented grain. They use fermented corn as well. You can't, to the point to where you can't use it and they destroyed your little corn patch. What do they call it? Little cornfield or what have you. Restitution is automatic. You will not let that go even if it was an accident. You got to make restitution. You understand?
Right.
Okay.
All right. Verse 7, warrior.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 7 in the Hebrew. Amad. La'ah.
Okay.
Yamatazah. Haganabah. Wanakarab. Ba'il. Habayath. Allah. Hala'ah. Halayam. Haba'ira.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 7 in the English. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it shall be stolen of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double.
Okay. I don't know why you'd want to deliver your money to somebody else to hold. That's a little bit beyond me. But, you know, there were no banks back then necessarily, so maybe it sounds righteous, but still. If you get it stolen, all he's saying is you owe double.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he gave it to you to hold, and then all of a sudden he doesn't have it anymore, not only are you going to pay that back, you're going to pay double. You're going to pay extra just for the inconvenience.
Right. Interest.
That's super interest. When it's 50% interest, that's pretty cold right there. In this case, it's 100% interest.
Good night.
So
Need that.
It just further goes into keep your hands off stuff that don't belong to you.
Right.
These laws are righteous and can help us today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How many times the blacks and Hispanics get things stolen from them from their own people?
Right.
I know the one time that we you know, when I was coming up and somebody broke into my mom's house and stole some shit, I know so-called Negroes did it.
Right.
Now imagine, and hell, we knew who did it, but imagine them having to make restitution plus pay 100% on that.
Mm.
It just further goes with keep your hands off shit that don't belong to you, man.
Right.
And use that today before you shoot them. First, get with what you owe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. Verse 8.
Come. This book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Allah. Qala. Dabara. Bashayat. Bashai. Allah. Shawara. Allah.
You know better.
Kamayara. Kamaraya. Kamawar. Allah. Shah. Allah. Yamatazama. Yamataza. Haganada. Washalom. Wanayam.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 22 and verse 8 in the English. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hands unto his neighbor's goods.
In other words, if, say, the family member or just Jake that you met was staying with you and they are suspected of doing it, you being the master of the house, you're responsible for that. Which I can understand that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
So he'd be the one be brought before the elders or the judges and will be forced to make restitution of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way, if you feel cheated, take it up with that nigga you let in your house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, this is all righteous law here. I ain't read not one unrighteous law yet.
Right.
Let's get verse 9, warriors.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Say, Yashan. Ayasha. Allah. Ra'aiwa. Kamawara. Awa. Shawar. Shalom. Shalama. Allah. Salah. Abada. Ashra. Yamra. Sayyah. Hawa. Sa. Ida. Ha'ala. Ya no. Yaba. Dabara. Shanyam. Ashra. Ama. La'a. Shalakan. Shaka. Yadawa. Bamala. Isa Shah. Ra'ahawa. That's it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 8 in the English. Oh, slacking.
Verse 9.
Verse 9 in English. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for an ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his. The cause of both parties shall come before the judges, in whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor.
All right, excellent. Let's go into verse 10.
Come on, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Sabbath, Yahweh, Shahayah, Shayah, Dayah, Awa, Shah, Wasalah, Bahama, Lashamara, Wamata, Awa, Nasabira, Awa, Nasabira. Sluggy. Yarasha Aina, Alahayam, Yasalima, Shanayama, Lara Iowa.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 10 in English. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast, to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it.
Verse 11.
Come, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 11. Why am I? Bayana, Shanawayim, Ama, La'a, Shalakar, Yadawa, Bamala, Shat, Bamashalata, Ra'ayawa, Walakwak, Ba'ala Yawa, Wala'a, Yashalom.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 11 in the English. Then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, and it's like it, that he had not put his hands unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good.
Let me ask the congregation for a minute. My two troopers out here and my young man. Let me ask y'all, why is an ox so important?
It's like a modern day vehicle, like a truck. You do all your business with it.
What'd you say, bro?
Basically the same thing, cause they, I forgot what they call it, but they do the fields and stuff like, so they can plant crops and stuff like that.
Troopers of Carl?
is poor. Is sort of like what he said.
All three of you are right, but Trooper Zakarwan is probably got it the best. An ox pulls like crazy. An ox is really, really strong. That's the thing about how an ox, it has that scripture, I think it's in it's in one of the books of the major prophets, either Jeremiah or Isaiah, where it says the ox knoweth his owner and his ass knows his master's crib. So the reason they're using an ox and an ass is because neither animal is all that smart, but boy, they're strong, both of them. You know what I'm saying? Either one could serve as flowers, help you cultivate field and what have you. And of course, an ass, you can ride on that one because it's so strong and it does so many and can carry so much. You know what I'm saying? So they were valuable. You couldn't lose an ox or an ass back then. You know what I'm saying? It would set you back. Whatever progress you was trying to make is going to slow up progress. So that's why the scriptures are going heavy. The last couple of ones we read is going heavy into the ox because it's trying to show you just how valuable it is.
Right.
If you had one stolen or one broke or what have you, I mean, that was quite a bit. Even a monetary restitution may not be enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Say Zakar one that Kamashir took your ox, right? He intended on bringing it back. Maybe you weren't home or what have you. He took your ox so he can do some work. The ox broke his leg.
Dang.
No good, and now it's got to be shot. You know what I'm saying? Now, because Kamash is a good brother, he may give you a few shekels. He may give you something else of monetary value, but can't replace your ox. You stuck because it's only so much you can do without an ox, right?
Right.
Even if you had two oxes, the loss of one of them is now your work is all the way behind whatever it is you try to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why these particular laws are here, to protect a brother like you. If this brother unrighteously takes an ox, he may have meant well and meant to bring it back, but it's broke down now. A broken ox is no good, gotta shoot him. Or whatever, however you killed him back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Before guns were invented.
Okay.
Stab him,
Chop his head off.
yeah, chop his head, take his horns, and whatever else, you know, try to cook up his flesh or what have you. Make oxtails. That's a little side question. Which one of y'all are really good at smoking oxtails?
So like it, sir.
What kind of niggas is this we got?
So like
Come on.
confession good for the soul. I ain't never had no oxtail.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I rarely have, but I have had it. I usually eat them smoked, and it's all kinds of ways you can make it. I prefer them smoked. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the only way I've had it.
Right.
And they haven't been a regular menu item for me. But even if an ox didn't perform any other talents, even that's valuable. Oxtails taste pretty damn good.
Right.
Especially if whoever making them know what the hell they doing with them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know where to get them.
Man, come on. You barbecue, don't you? You grill though, don't you?
Kind of.
All right, I'm gonna say, I know damn well I ain't got a Yashikar out here that can't grill now.
Yeah.
Get you some oxtails and go back there and grill them.
They sell them at the grocery store.
Hell yeah.
Where?
Exactly.
It's funny how grocery stores got oxtails, man.
I ain't found them.
I ain't never seen
Man, y'all must not be going to the store.
I
What store are you going to?
Walmart, Rancho.
They don't have them.
I know damn well they got them in the Rancho now.
Man, I've never it's not something we
Hell no.
made.
But that's right, you stay in Corsicana.
I'm gonna have to.
Shit, they should have it, Corsicana.
Yeah, they should, but hell if they don't. The Dalai Lama ain't lying. If they ain't got them, they ain't got them. But no, I send prayers that you brothers have some oxtail. Get a hold of some that if they smoked and barbecued right, you are in for a treat. Let me ask y'all this: are any of y'all next to a Benjamite restaurant? None of y'all.
That's where I got mine from.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
I know there's one.
What's the taste like?
I know there's one in Mesquite next to Officer Cogwar. Maybe y'all ought to call him and ask him about some good Benjamite food. Just a thought.
Nice to know.
Yeah.
Go check them out.
Y'all got Officer Chicago Ward number, don't you?
Come.
If you don't, just hit me up. I'll sure give it to you.
Come.
There's a damn Benjamin place in walking distance of his apartment.
Mm.
All right, and I know that ain't the only one. We're gonna go ahead and move this out of where are we? Verse 12?
Come on.
Let's get 12 and 13.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 12 and 13 in the Hebrew. Amah, Tarah, Yatarah, Yabaiwa, Ida, Hatarah, Hatarapa, La'ah, Yashalam, Bayan, Shanayan, Amah, La'ah, Shalak, Yadawa, Yadawa, Ba'amala, Sa'ta, Ra'ahaiwa, Walaquak, Ba'aliwa, Wala, Yashalam.
Come. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 12 and 13. And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. Verse 13. If it be torn unto pieces, then let him bring it for a witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn.
Okay, so it's just going in the further end. You gotta make restitution. If you're gonna sit up there and steal from your neighbor, your brother, restitution must be paid, or else, like we read in the early verse, you're gonna be the restitution.
Right.
Either way, you're not getting out of this without some kind of, I don't wanna say punishment necessarily, but some kind of,
Payment.
that's a good word. Give it up for Troopers of Car One, y'all. Some kind of way you're gonna have to make payment to that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all understand that. And it's things like that that kept us righteous. The Lord knew what he was doing.
Right.
Just like he does with everything.
Right.
You cannot, if it wasn't for the laws, you'd be taking for your neighbor all the time, which ain't brotherhood and all, and eventually y'all gonna kill each other.
Mm.
One of y'all.
Right.
Eventually somebody gonna have to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm broke as hell. I got niggas that owe me right now. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand the feeling. Because they not in the truth, I'll probably never see it again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna see it again. I look forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Never get it.
In a righteous kingdom, though, they'd have to come before judges and they'd have to make restitution.
Come.
None of this shit and other shit they talking about.
Right.
They gonna make restitution, otherwise the judge is gonna do it for them.
Right. Ain't gonna be nice.
If you keep being sassy, you probably gonna end up dead.
Right.
Because even stealing was a capital offense in this day.
Right. Serious thing.
All right, we are in verse 14. If I can get.
So, like, sir, if I may, I forgot 13. I didn't read 13. I'm gonna read 13 and 14 if I could, sir.
Go ahead.
Come. Wasiyah. Yashallah. Ayesha. Ma'ayim. Ra'ayawa. Why Yashar? Why Nashira? Why Nashira? Awa. Mata. Ba'elawa. Ayana. Amawa. Shalom. Yashalom. Ganab, Ganab, Yaganab, Ma'ayamwa, Yashalam, Laba'ila wa. Verse 14. Amah, Ba'ila wa. Amaiwa, La'a, Yashalam, Amah, Wasayara, Hawa, Ba'a, Ba, Basha'ira, wa. That's it. Go ahead.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 14. Come. And if a man borrow out of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good.
Just basically saying you have to compensate him, even if you righteously take it and it dies on you for whatever reason or what have you, it breaks and you have to kill it. You got to make it right with your brother. You know what I'm saying? Somebody borrow your car and crash it. You can't walk away from that. You got to make that shit right somehow, right?
Okay.
Right.
You said it's a down payment or something.
Something. And if you're gonna make a down payment, you're gonna have to help with your pay back everything you owe, man, because you really inconvenience somebody. What if that was their only vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you crashed it. This brother got to go to work.
Right.
This brother got to pick up kids. This brother got to feed himself, this, that, and the other, and you done crashed his vehicle. Even if you didn't mean to do it, that's of little consequence to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to make that shit right, man. All right, we are in, verse 15?
Okay.
We're going to do 15 and 16.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 15 and 16 in the Hebrew. Watch the Yah. Yapata. Ayash. Verse 16. Amah. Manah. Yama'an. Yamanah. Abaya. That's it.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 15 through 16. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire. Verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Okay, we're going to have to talk about that last one, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a point of contention with Christians and fake Israelites who think that a contract means marriage, you know what I'm saying? So it says right here, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, meaning she's not engaged or promised to somebody else,
Right.
and you lie with her, you know, get around her, she feeling you, you feeling her, it's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
That simply means you shall surely, she's your wife now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why here in the ISUPK, according to the scriptures, we have that 6 month rule for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you're gonna be spending too much time with this broad, and then nature is gonna take its course. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You spend enough time with a woman, you're gonna want to smash. That's how it is.
Right.
That's why me personally, I stopped having friend girls when I was in my 30s. I forget that. No friend girls. You either giving it up or you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got tired of being the nigga put in the friend zone.
Right.
Because I can't be spending that time with you and not dreaming about, laying some wood to you at some point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hate you if you won't let me. You know? But sticking to the scriptures or what have you, it's why we teaching here. Don't spend time with no woman, and don't lay down with no woman that you can't see yourself taking care of for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because once you lay down, it was understood back then. Once you lay with her, she's yours.
Right.
You can't give her up. You can't put her back. You can't take her back to her dad's house. You can't do none of that shit. She's yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we deal with discipline on it here. We're not gonna sit up here and lay down with no woman we can't see us taking care of for the rest of our life, because you got to be a husband to her. You got to protect her. You've got to provide for her. You have to listen to all the little whiny BS. You got to be kind of not only her lover, but in many ways her surrogate father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we all know women have a mindset of kids.
Right.
Okay. And they prove that to you all the time. Y'all can laugh, but it's the fact. Even Shahrazad Ali said that mentally and emotionally, a woman never outgrows age 14.
Right.
Even if they live to their 60s and 70s. And I've seen that for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're all that spirit of jealousy never leaves them.
Right.
They see their man even having a conversation with another woman, them demons come out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So knowing that all, women are children, essentially, don't get with one you can't see yourself dealing with for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Keep your rod in his pants, otherwise. Don't even hang out with him. Because once you do that, you have just entered into a contract.
Right.
And you don't need no government paper for that.
Right.
Do I need to expound on that anymore? All right, Exodus. Verse 17, 18, and 19.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 17, 18, and 19 in the Hebrew. Masha Shapa, La'a, Takaya. Verse 18. Salah. Shabbat. Amah. Bahama. Latak. Lawa. Sapa. Yashakuala. Samara. Habatawala. Da. Verse 19. Sabak. La'ala. La'alaha nam. La'anam. Yakaram. Balataya. Layahawa. Labadawa. That's it. You said 18, 17, 18, and 19. Come down.
Okay.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 17, 18, and 19. If her father utterly refuses to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Verse 19. Whosoever lied with a beast shall surely be put to death.
Okay, y'all, we're going to be a while on this. Let's start with verse 17. It's basically saying, okay, you done laid with this woman in verse 16, right? Y'all understand?
Come.
Yeah. Trooper Zakarwan's game was just too strong, and she gave it to him, and now now he's the husband of her, and yet her pop's got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't okay you, he don't know Trooper Zakarwan, and so he feels like he's done wrong. What happened then is they would go before the judges or the elders, and the marriage would still be good. She'd still be your woman, but you would have to pay him whatever dowry he had in mind for. You'd have to pay that. That's what it means. In the back of man, they'd understand that your game is just too good. You know what I'm saying? Your mouthpiece was just too slick, and he in no way he could keep his daughter away from you. There's about 9 older brothers got that same problem with Zakarwan. Zakarwan is just too much of a Mac. You know what I'm saying? So Zakarwan would constantly end up paying a few, 60 or 80, maybe 100 shekels for every woman he's got in his house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Zakarwan might be just like King David, just 8 or 9 wives, and then whatever else he just imagined when the time goes forward. You know what I'm saying? He'd have to pay a price for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now let's go on to verse 17. Oh wait, no, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. What is that dealing with? In the modern day, what does that deal with?
A drug dealer.
Not only is Zakarwan a ladies' man, he happens to be sharp of wit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, drug dealers.
Right.
You're not supposed to suffer them to live. You know what I'm saying? That's how we know we're not in the righteous kingdom, because our people, they get dope. They get all their dope from the white man, obviously.
Right.
But then they sell it to our people and destroy our own people. Further proof that this is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. So you're not even drug dealers are supposed to be put to death.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
Go ahead, True.
In verse 17, sir, what is the dowry of virgins? Like, what exactly?
It would depend on that house. You know what I'm saying? That father. He might have had a different price for his virgin daughter than say his neighbor might have for his. You know what I'm saying?
So it's something, so it's something the father would basically say what it.
Because he's the king of the house and he's the one who would set the dowry.
Right.
The wife.
You know what I'm saying?
But what if she don't like him?
Then she wouldn't give him no ass. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm talking about the daddy.
If she don't like her father?
No.
That what you talking about?
No. I'm talking about what is the father don't like him.
Which is fine until he sleeps with her anyway.
Right. You can't do that.
That's what we were just going through. If he, let's say the father don't like that brother, you know what I'm saying? But she goes, because she's grown, and sleeps with him anyway, behind her dad's back. That means he definitely would get some kind of compensation for that. A dowry and something else, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He might not only require shekels, he might require a lot of sheep. He might require a lot of chickens, some doves, something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some Cornish hens, every damn thing. All because you didn't do it the right way. That dude didn't do it the right way and go to his her father for her hand. You know what I'm saying? The way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. Right.
If you haven't read Deuteronomy 22, starting at about the 8th verse, do that. Because that gives you an idea of how unions and weddings are supposed to. Have that for when you go home and do your reading. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it's supposed to be done. Verse 18 to suffer verse 19. That's kind of an obvious one. Bestiality is a sin.
Right.
You understand that? Now for those of our brothers and sisters who are simple, because they won't let their pet dog or their pet cat lie on the bed, it's not talking about if your cat wants to sleep in your bed while you're in there. That's something different. This scripture is just telling you, don't have sex with your animals.
Right.
Which is not a thing in Israel. Israel never really did that until they got in this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I heard there was one brother that had sex with a pig. You know what I'm saying? And in that time, you put to death for that kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ought to be, man.
And which you ought to be. You know what I'm saying? What kind of woman sits up there and wants a ride that's been inside a beast? What the hell? Go ahead.
That would also apply to like, you know, like I see people, they be kissing the dog and letting them lick on their face and stuff. With like that's part of it too. In there, or is that like?
I mean, it could be. It used to be you didn't have to tell people to not let their dog lick them. Keep in mind, your dog licks his own junk, and he also eats cat turds.
Damn.
I don't know anybody who hasn't owned a cat and a dog, and when you dump the cat's litter box with the shit still in it, the dog will find it and eat the damn cat turd. It didn't used to be you needed a class or even a law knowing don't let the dog lick you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, certified man.
And don't have sex with the goddamn dog. Go ahead.
That's how far we've been driven away from the law, you know.
Because we in this kingdom,
right.
Nagabar.
Right.
It's because we in this damn kingdom.
Right.
It used to be our ancestors knew this shit. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing?
It's just like with that gay shit.
Right.
Our ancestors knew that a man wasn't supposed to go in another man's butt.
Right.
Our ancestors knew that we weren't supposed to buy our girl a pegging kit.
Damn.
And let her attach a fake rod onto a rope and go into her behind like certain Israelite groups do. That used to be common knowledge, but in this kingdom, it's anything goes. Right. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Lord's kingdom. Don't even let the Christians try to tell you that this is the Lord's. This is some bullshit, man.
A lawless kingdom.
This is this is Sodom and Gomorrah of this day.
Right.
Used to be you didn't have to tell somebody not to have sex with an animal. Right. And the Lord knew the heathen would do it. That's why he didn't screw with the heathen. Right. He had his own people. Exodus, who's got they sword? Gadal Ahmad, read Exodus 19:5 real quick. And 6. This is why the Lord said this. Right. This was exactly why he put this in the law. This is exactly why, because he had wisdom and he knew these other nations would be into this foolery. Right. Before we even started this class, I showed this young man and I showed Joe Rib where on Facebook where this African was sitting up there kissing and blowing into some bulls behind. And we like pulling that out because everybody say we African, but here it is, you got these Sudanese people, it's their culture to sit up there and blow into a bull's behind. Why? To try to entice it to pee. So they can then use that bull's piss and bathe in it.
Hell no.
It's like I said, I don't care how much crack Jake has smoked. He is not going to sit up there and bathe himself or clean his hair in bull piss. Right. It's just something Jake don't do. Even without knowledge of himself, Jake don't do that. But the Lord knew that these heathens do that shit and even more crazy shit. Right. That's why he said this. Read, Gadal Ahmad.
Exodus 19:5-6.
Loud as you can.
Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Stop 1 second. Peculiar treasure, he's talking about only Israel. That scripture links up with Psalms 135:4, and also in the New Testament, 1 Peter 2:9. The peculiar people are the Israelites. Y'all understand that?
Right.
Continue reading, brother.
For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation.
A holy nation. What does holy mean, y'all?
Separate apart.
Separate, set apart. There you go. Messiah in Christ. Don't even finish that.
These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
The children of who?
The children of Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
The children of Israel. This is why the Lord didn't want us even mixing with these people, because when you get with them long enough, you're going to be dealing not only with their God, you're going to be dealing with their customs. And then you're going to understand why he even put where we are, Exodus 22:18, where we'll read that again in the English, brother.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 18.
I'm still like it, 19.
Oh, it's like it. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 19 in English. Whosoever lied with a beast shall surely be put to death.
Because the heathen do that. There's plenty of stories out there of so-called white men having sex with beasts. Them just shaving the sheets behind so they can have easier access to it.
Nasty.
There's plenty of them. There's plenty of stories of the East Indians doing it. There's plenty of stories of the Africans doing it. I even saw a video of an Asian up there having. He was so destroyed. I can't believe they even let this be on the internet as long as he was. He was just destroyed out his mind. Older Asian guy. He then saw a chicken, and then he grabbed it, took his pants down, and started screwing the chicken, having sex with the chicken.
Hell no.
The Lord knew these heathens would do that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he told Israel, stay away from these people. Otherwise, you're going to be immersed in their bullshit.
Right. I think it's okay.
And it's not okay. Having sex with a beast, our ancestors understood that's a death penalty offense.
Right.
And like I told y'all before, just in passing, I want to be a judge in the kingdom. I do. I want to put the wicked of our people to death for doing this kind of shit here.
Right.
I want to kill a black, Hispanic, or Native American who has sex with an animal. I want to be the one to put him to death.
That's right.
I told y'all I was kind of twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
All right.
It's only right.
Gone. I'm righteously twisted. Put it like that.
Right.
Exodus 22 and 20.
Come, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 20 in the Hebrew. Wagabar, La'ah, Tawanah, Wala'ah, Latata, Lawa, Sapa, Yawakwala, Yawakwala, Samahara, Habatawa, verse 20.
Just gonna get 20 for now. Go ahead.
That was it.
God. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 20 in the English. He that sacrificed unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he shall utterly be destroyed.
He shall be utterly destroyed, because that goes back to what?
Witchcraft.
No, it goes back to the commandments, right? What's the very first commandment?
Thou shalt not serve no other God before me.
There you go. This goes all the way back to that first commandment. The Lord hates that idol worship.
Right.
Sacrifice to another god but him. He's saying you're going to be destroyed.
Right.
Go on in and celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas or Valentine's Day and sacrifice the white Jesus and give him the credit for it.
Right.
That got you destroyed in that day.
Abomination.
Go ahead and celebrate Ramadan, which ain't your day, and sacrifice unto the Arab god.
Right.
You be destroyed.
Right.
Sacrifice to the Hindu god or the Buddha god, you know the Buddhist god or what have you, or any other power that got you destroyed, and probably your family too. Because if you're a man, you're the head of that family. So if you're gone into idol worship, more than likely your wife and kids are gone into idol worship.
Right.
This is why the Lord cut away the house of Israel initially when you read the book of Hosea, because they had gone too far in idol worship. He said, Ephraim, meaning the northern kingdom, has gone too far in idols. Leave them alone.
Right.
We don't deal with them no more. Courtesy of the Lord. That idol worship is the number one thing that drives the Lord crazy.
Right.
He hates it. He cannot stand, and he will put you to death for it. Keep in mind, there was a lot of us in the wilderness coming out of Egypt.
Right.
But by the time we went into the promised land, it wasn't but 3 of the people who came out of Egypt there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Even Moses didn't even get the promised land. Because when he took credit for striking down that stone at Oreb, that was kind of like him making himself a god. Because he didn't give the Supreme any credit for it.
Right.
And that's why he couldn't go, even though up to that time, he was probably the greatest prophet in Israel's history. he couldn't go. The Lord made sure that everybody who went into idol worship, when Aaron made the cow and everything, you notice none of them went to the promised land.
Right.
Y'all notice that?
Right.
Wasn't none but Joshua, his son, and I think his father. I might be wrong about that, but that was it. From the original brothers and sisters who came out of Egypt, that was it.
Right.
Okay. First, let's get 21, 22, and 23.
Come. This book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 21 through 23. Salah. Alamayna. Wayatawam. La'a. Ta'ayna wa. Ta'ayna one. Verse 22. Ama. Mawata. Yuwa mata. Verse 23. Wakara. Apaya. Talakat Tazad Nawa. Sayah. Garayam. Hayayatam. Ba'aratazad. Matazarium. Let's see.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 21 to 23.
Okay.
Verse 21 through 23. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Verse 22. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. Verse 23. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry.
Now, of course, before the demons from Christianity come in, verse 21 is talking about strangers of our own nation. You understand? We could prove that with precepts. For one, Leviticus 19 and 17, first off. The strangers is talking about here are your Israelite brothers and sisters that are not in the land, you understand?
Come.
But proof of that is the fact that they cried out to Yahweh. Strangers didn't do that.
Right.
Because they knew the Lord wasn't dealing with them. But it's telling you can't vex a stranger because you were a stranger in the land of Egypt. Because we were, maybe it wasn't all bad for a time. During Joseph's time, it was all right, but still, that was a hard time for Israel. Y'all understand?
Right. Come.
So we're not supposed to treat our own like the heathens treat us. And we do that a lot today, do we not?
Right.
Come.
There are some so-called black men and women that cannot stand other so-called black men and women. There are so-called Latinos can't stand other so-called Latinos. It's the same with our Native American brothers. It's the same with our West Indian brothers. We got to get past that spirit of looking at our own as the enemy. Sure, we got enemies among us, but still, they're primarily just brothers and sisters that need to be recalibrated, set right to where they need to be.
Right.
Come.
Don't afflict a widow or a fatherless child. That's pretty easy. You meet a woman who was married and they had a kid by a man, and that man is now gone. She's now a widow, and that child has no father. You don't afflict them. Help her out. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Why don't you marry her? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know that's kind of tough these days because these women got the spirit of Satan in them, especially them so-called baby mamas. But there's righteous ones among them.
Right.
Don't close the door making them a wife just because they got babies by somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying marry every single mom you see, but still, the ones that show and prove themselves, why not?
Right.
Hell, she needs a husband. She needs some leadership. That kid needs a male figure, especially if it's a boy.
Right.
He's got to learn how to be a man, right?
Right.
Okay.
All right, so it's saying if you inflict them another wise, they're gonna call out to me. And once you're an enemy to the Lord, forget it. You know what I'm saying? He's counting counting time, counting the days till he ultimately brings judgment on you for that.
Right.
All right. Verse 25.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 25.
I'm sorry, 24.
24. Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 24 in the English. In the Hebrew. Amah, Sapah, Talawah, Ana, Ta'ana, Atawa, Atawa, Sayah, Ama, Taza Aikwa, Ya Taza Aikwa, Aliyah, Shamai, Aishamai, Taza Aikwa, Tawa, Taza Aikwa.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 24 in the English. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless.
Let's go ahead and get the next verse.
Good. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 25 in the Hebrew. Amah, Kabbalah, Kabal, Wayarat, Gataya, Atasan, Baccarat, Wayawa, Nashiyash, Alamana, what?
Salakia, so Carl I thought she wanted to come back in. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Salakia for that, Officer Nakapar. Go ahead.
Good. Alaminas, Nath. Wabanaya, Wayamanayama. Yatamayam.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 25 in the English. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury.
Trooper Gadal, look up the term usury, USURY.
Like a car one, he know it.
You know it?
I know he know.
Yeah. Go ahead, but.
Usury in the legal context refers to the practice of lending money at an interest rate that is higher than the maximum rate allowed by law.
Okay.
Right.
So what you would call in the old school, the neighborhood alligator, basically.
Robbery. Yeah. Highway robbery.
The nigga who sit up there and lend you a few dollars and then charge damn near 100% interest on the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tax.
Yeah.
America.
In other words, yeah. In other words, I'm glad he said America. In other words, you're oppressing your own people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the Lord is saying. He's gonna get you for it.
Right.
He's gonna turn his face against you. He's gonna kill your family. He's gonna destroy you if you do that to his people. You know what I'm saying? To your brother. He's all too serious about that. We're not supposed to be anything but brotherly to our own.
Right.
The Lord would rather you just give him the money instead of telling them you're loaning it to him and then oppress them in a way to where it's almost impossible to pay them back, which is what Esau does to us. He dying to loan you money just so he can charge you all the interest and the extra he can. Go ahead.
So like, sir, and that just goes, like you said, it's real heavy, man, because Esau don't know how many crimes that he has committed against us. And he got so many charges pinned against him that it's gonna be a detrimental day when that judgment day comes when Christ returns. It's so many crimes that I read and hear that he has committed against us, and it's wild, it's insane.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree. We're going to get verse 26. Go ahead.
Come, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 26.
So, like, we're going to try to finish this chapter. We got 5 or 6 more passages to go. We're going to try to finish this chapter and then go ahead and pray about it. And then we got a little bit of business to tend to it, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Sayah, Hawa, Sayotar, Labada, Hawa, Ata, Imaya, Ata, Hayana, Amas, La'a, Taya, Lawa, Sayana Shah, La'a, Tashaya Mawa, Bawan, Alaywa, Nawas, Nasha. You said just 26, right, sir?
Come.
That was it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 26 in English. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down.
Let's get 27.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 27 in the Hebrew. Alahaya Niyam La'a Takwala Wanashaya Ba'ima La'a Ta'ara. That was it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 27 in English. For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin, wherein shall he sleep. And it shall come to pass when he cried unto me that I will hear. For I am gracious.
Excellent.
Right.
28 and 29.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 28 and 29 in the Hebrew. Mala'ata Wadamai Sa La'a Ta'akara Basawira Shamalata Wa La'ira Wa Bama Yashasaba Wahaya Siya Yatazai Kwa Alaya Washamaya Ta Siya Kanawaya Hayawanan, Anaya, verse 29, Sanaa, the Iowa, Lasharak, Latazana, Shabayat, Yamayam, Yahweh, Ima, Amawa, Bayawam, Alahayam, La'a, Takwala, Wayashara, Ba'amad, La'a, Tara.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 28 through 29 in English. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Verse 29. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me.
Okay, just to give y'all a little context. When it says thou shalt not revile the gods, right here is just talking about your rulers, basically. You're not necessarily talking about the Heavenly Father. At this point, keep in mind your angels could be considered gods, or Elohim, the Hebrew word. And so can your rulers, like your judges, your elders. That's all it's saying right there. Don't revile those who have a rule over here in the ISUPK. Basically, don't revile your generals,
Right.
or your captains.
Right.
Men that were wise enough and dutiful enough to earn their rank and that they're over you. Don't revile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy fruits. You know, Feast of First Fruits, is a high holy day. And on that day, you're supposed to be giving the best.
Right.
Your absolute best of your fruit offerings to the Lord.
Right.
You're supposed to be thanking him for that and dedicating that to him.
Right.
Because he made that possible. Now on that feast, you can have a meat offering, a burnt offering. You can even have your liquor. Well, I can state right there in verse 29, but don't do like Cain and not give him the best of your fruit offering. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That belongs to the Lord. See what I'm saying? Firstborn of thy sons shall also be given unto me. In other words, your whole family you're supposed to be bringing into this truth, you understand?
Right.
When it's talking about your first son, what it means is whichever, in this particular verse, the context is your favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because remember, when Rebecca had Jacob and Esau was first.
Right.
But the Lord made his covenant with Jacob.
Right.
Even though Esau was firstborn, essentially he's a few minutes ahead of Jacob. Jacob was the one he chose. You know what I'm saying? That was his firstborn as far as the Lord was concerned.
Right.
The Lord has his favorites and he picks. You're supposed to be bringing your whole family into this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
Don't be like the leader of fake Israelite groups. You so-called following the Lord, and you got some chick to wife that you done found on Tinder or Plenty of Fish or wherever, and she's a damn whore.
Damn.
Who has sex with white men just to turn you on, and she can't stand you and other brothers. What kind of shit is that?
That's crazy.
Look, I don't spend a whole lot of time harping on what fake Israelites do, but that was just crazy for me.
Yeah. Abomination.
And keep in mind, this brother was the leader and the founder of this faction. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting with a damn whore. And then she got him going so far off as to buy a plastic penis.
Damn.
And a strap for her to go in his behind, man.
That nigga crazy.
Salakia, but I mean, it was like even too detailed to the point where they was even talking about the size.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was admitting that the damn dildo was bigger than his actual rod.
Right, yeah. She said, and then she said, Salakia, she was talking about like we'll start out with this smaller size and work our way up.
A fucking whore. Salakia. That's what she is, a whore.
Yeah, that was crazy. Truth
be known, you only need about a vagina is supposed to what's the word I'm looking for? Fit itself to whatever you got anyway. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And you mean that her stuff has been so used and so destroyed, you can't even put a real penis in her anymore. It's gotta be something bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? This is what you get for bringing up. Don't the scriptures tell you don't add a whore to the body of Christ?
No, God.
Don't it tell you that somewhere? I know it does. And this nigga is supposed to be the leader of this group now.
Right.
Their main teacher, their chief priest, whatever, and he's marrying a whore into the body. This woman that he was dealing with is a fucking whore. Like, that's what she was. And he's sitting up there going all this kind of way to try to appease and please her.
Ain't no way, boy.
Did you hear that part when General Hyman was teaching and he was actually reading the text where he said he was actually begging her for just actual sex, just normal sex? Have y'all ever heard of any kind of shit like that? I know there's fathers in here. You got children. I think you got children. He has children. He has children. I got children. You got children. Can you imagine having to negotiate normal sex with your woman or your baby mama? Can y'all imagine that? Man, look here. They hate when we say ISUPK is the home of the truth, or if you're not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth, or it ain't of the Lord. They hate when we say it. That whole thing proved it though. Nobody in the Israelite school of UPK does that, man.
Right. Totally emasculated that man.
Man, look. There is no excuse for that. And all them brothers that are mad at us on social media for constantly pointing that out is because they're okay with it.
Respect their person.
Yeah. And they're okay with that. Meaning there's some evil they probably doing in the dark too.
Right.
But got the nerve to look at us.
Right.
Man, get the hell out of here. Let's get verse 30.
Oh, God. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 30 in the Hebrew. Wayanasha Shaya Quadasha Tayawana Laya Wabashara Wabashar Bashada Tarapa La'a Ta'ash Salab Wa Banya Dayan Dan Laha Hashem Yaniya Danyan Wa Laya Lasalai La Tashala So One Atawa.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 30 in the English. Likewise, shalt thou do with thy oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam. On the 8th day thou shalt give it me.
A lot of our high holy days and feast days are 8 days. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
So Your best meat offering is supposed to go to the Lord, just like your best fruit offering. Same thing. All that belongs to the Lord, and the way you give it to him, obviously he can't come and eat. The way you give it to him is you give him credit for all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not by your hands, it's only by his will. He allows that.
Right.
Let's get the last verse and then we're going to pray out. And then, like I said, we got other business to tend to today. I'm going to go ahead and get this last verse. The water, all y'all for hanging with us. We're the ISUPK, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yana. If it is not of the ISUPK, it is not of the Lord.
That's
Here.
right.
That's right.
Go ahead. And you fake Israelite groups, prove that.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. That was it on mine. I only got 30.
Okay. I'll can you get that?
Wow.
Even in your blue eye? Yeah, okay.
I got one.
Got to get everything perfect.
Come.
The ISUPK don't slack.
Oh, 31.
31.
Translation. Oh, yeah, it's down there.
It's the last verse, so. Okay. You all that are not in the ISUPK and listening, I pray that y'all understand how serious this is and how y'all need to be getting there as quick as you can, man.
Right.
Stop messing around with these old half-cocked Israelite groups, doing all kinds of things on behind closed doors, and then when they come out, they make the whole truth look crazy. I mean, they don't make us in the UPK look crazy. They just make those that know their nationalities look crazy. You know what I'm saying? That whole mess with him got the whole world thinking we some kind of sexual deviants now. I don't do that kind of nonsense, man. I know none of these brothers do.
Right.
Yeah, I bring a woman home, even if I'm gonna do something, I ain't gonna say evil, but do something unrighteous with her. She has to go in my behind with a dildo. She getting thrown out my apartment.
Yeah, kind of fine.
Going.
About 5.
Let it be known right now. I love the Most High even more than I love women. You know what I'm saying? And I will quickly get away from one just to stay in the Most High's good gracious. And I pray y'all understand and do the same thing. Because the Lord trying to give you a kingdom. The only thing a woman can give you is some ass.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Share with me.
You maybe appreciate that ass when she give it to you, but still, she can't give you the kingdom.
Would that also apply, like, if she's like trying to like put Christmas trees and stuff like that?
Yeah.
We don't deal with it. We just
get her out. Just throw her out. That's why I tell brothers, don't move in with one. You know what I'm saying? Right. Get the hell out. Get her the hell out. If it's your place and she knows you don't vibe like that and she dare come there with a Christmas tree and some mistletoe, you throw that out. And if she goes to get it, close the door on her. Don't let her back in. Your first so-called wife is the truth.
Right.
And you already know that celebrating Christmas is off. You know that, right?
Right.
So she don't enter in. She don't come back in unless she repent. Let her ass stay out there and let that tree keep her safe from Jack Frost and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Let Santa Claus come and deliver her from that snowstorm.
Right.
20 or less degree weather outside. and she's trying to bring a tree in, knowing damn well you don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Because if they had, if they just listen to the men of the Lord, they'll understand that Christmas has nothing to do with Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ.
Right.
It was here before him.
And so how does that correlate with the scripture where it goes like not putting her away for any cause except for fornication?
That is fornication, though.
Like
that's spiritual.
Idolatry.
Yeah, that's spiritual fornication. Yeah.
So okay.
There's two ways a brother can get away from his woman. She committed adultery, or she is dealing in uncleanliness, which is spiritual uncleanliness, celebrating Christmas, calling herself a Christian or a Catholic. You can throw her out for that. Yeah. She'll get with the damn program and understand if she want to stay at this house, she gonna have to let something go. We ready for verse 31 yet?
Come on, sir.
Go for it.
Like a lot. The shallow kawan. Aitawa. Hashemayan. Tanawa. Laya. Banayak. Tatayan. Laha. Laya.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 22 and verse 31 in the English. And ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs.
Yeah, you should cast the beast of the field to the dogs. You know what I'm saying? That flesh die of itself, you ain't supposed to eat it, even if it's so-called clean. You understand?
Come.
All right, then. We're going to go on ahead and wrap it and go ahead and wrap this. We're going to go ahead and pray out. Do the prayer to say the Most High's prayer and the prayer to the power, both in Hebrew and in English. And then we'll catch you next week, all right?
Come.
Let's do it this way. The water, all y'all coming down.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shamayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malak. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Maharatazah. Kawah. Hayah. Lashamayim. Lanawa. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalaknanawa. Kabawafnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawafnawa. Lala'ah. Tabayanawa. Banaya Sawan. Abal. Hawashanawa. Mayan. Rad. Kaya. Lakar. Amalakwa. Wahala. Watapara. Lawalum.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Babakashai. Nathanawa. Akak. La'parah. Kalamakalah. Wakamadawa. Hakak. Lata'ar. Amatazari. Hakak. Hakak. Arakwat. Hatama'ala. Lagarashan. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. The water. Amen.
This is the power in English. Lord, it's like Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of
sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
The water so be it.
The water, so be it.
All right. All right, the water. Go ahead. All right, that's going to conclude the Sabbath service for the ISUPK Dallas. Shalom.
It's going down in Atlanta, Georgia. You're getting ready for the April 12th Passover, hosted by Commander Jimmy Yohani, you understand? So we're on our way out here to fly the whole Atlanta, let them know what is going down. So stay tuned. How we do it. The work don't stop. You understand? The work don't stop. All day, every day.
Still don't know, they're gonna know after tonight.
That's right. When you say go, we say go. Pass, baby. Let's get it. No fighting, ain't no arguing, nothing like that. Nothing but love, right? So if y'all want to be part of that, see what it's all about? Both of y'all are invited to the Passover. Okay? So just
The Lord's 56th annual Passover is coming up April 12th, 2025. We'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a $200 fee. Make sure you pay the fee on ISUPK.com. You understand? It gives you access to all the events we got during the week from Monday to Sunday. We got the lamb slaughter. We got a children party for your badass kids. We got the black party. You understand? We got the Passover. We got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Make sure you pay your $200 Passover fee. And don't make it seem like y'all are too broke for it, because I know y'all got the money. You know how I know? Because y'all had no issue spending $2 on shoes, $2 on hose, $2 on weed. Might as well go spend $2 for a week long full of events and enjoy the brotherhood like you have never experienced it before. Shalom.